dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla'S. As always, guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So, Taurus, let's go ahead and see what your energy is. Something is clearing, something is being um it's slow and steady, whatever it is, Taurus. Whatever it is that you've been waiting to kind of clear off all the way, or whatever you've been waiting to kind of be done and over with, it's slow and steady wins the race, is what I'm hearing. So if you're recovering from like an injury or something like that, or somebody in your family is recovering from an injury, give it time. Don't rush the process, is what I'm being told. If there is a sense of maybe you started something and you're not seeing the results that you wanted right away, again, there's something here that needs time. It's almost kind of like marinade type of thing. And I don't know why they're giving me the analogy, what they're giving me in my head right now, but I'm going to share it. So um you know, like when you cook ribs, right? Spare ribs, right? If you cook, depending on how you cook them, personally, everybody has their own way. I usually oven bake. I bake mine in the oven, but I slow cook mine very, very slowly, and I turn them and I braise them and all of that to get the meat to come out very it's almost kind of like the meat itself falls off the bones, and it's very tender and it's very juicy and it's flavorful and all of that stuff, right? But if I was to put the oven on higher, I risk drying it out and not allowing the meat to fully cook. And again, because I don't know why I'm getting this, like, oh, I thought you were a vegan. You know what, guys? Yes, I am, but I always happen to be. Let's just put it that way. And I am a vegan. Um, and I always say this. I'm like, it's not by choice, um, because I love meat. I'm not gonna lie about it. To be honest with you, I like cheeseburger. Like, cheeseburgers is probably like the only thing that I honestly probably miss the most. But it is something, it is part, I guess, let's put it that way, of my path, my journey at this moment to be vegan. So I have been vegan for a while now. But what I mean to say with that is, you know, things things change, right? And you have to be able to learn to adapt. And yes, I can sit here and think and dwell, let's put it that way, on all the animal products that I am missing out on, right? I can dwell on the cheese, on the cheeseburger, on, the flan and the this and the that. Or I can embrace what it is that I am doing at the moment, right? So the fruits, the vegetables, broadening my field in that, right? So it's kind of like this combination of, yes, where you are at right now, or what you're waiting to manifest, has not come full circle. But instead of dwelling of what you want to walk away from or what you want to be done, embrace or celebrate what it is that you have to be grateful for, right? So and for some of you, this does have to do with your living situation. Maybe you are living with family members, or somebody like an ex or something, that you just kind of want to be on your own, or the other person needs to kind of like move out or whatever. And it's like, okay, I get it. It's an uncomfortable situation, right? To have somebody living there, or living with somebody that you don't want to be with. But at this moment in time, then at least be grateful that you have, right? You have a place to live. You're not living in the streets. Kind of be grateful if you have a roommate or whatever it is, then you're not paying all the bills by yourself. It's kind of like those little things, because it's like the more that you the more that you dwell on what you don't have, or you dwell on what you're waiting for, the longer it's going to seem for it to get to you. So if you're able to get yourself in that gratefulness type of energy now, then you're kind of like almost not so much forcing but pushing, or kind of like giving a little push to the momentum, so that you can manifest or fully manifest what it is that you want at this moment. um and I know that you guys are a little hard-headed when it comes to certain things, and I don't mean that with any disrespect, but that is the way that it's coming up. And sometimes you got to get your head out of your ass, to be honest with you, and kind of look at things in a different from a different perspective. Now, for certain people, that is a lot easier than others. So if you know that you are somebody that has a difficult time looking at things from a different perspective, and when you see something a certain way, it's that way and that's it, then ask yourself in that moment, but is this working? Because you can keep pushing and pushing and pushing towards something, but you're not moving, you're in the same place. And that's kind of like, okay, do you want to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and not move, or do you want to see if there's another way around it, or if there's an easier way, or if there's a faster way, whatever it is. But a lot of you Taurus is like, again, you're it's almost kind of like, you know where you're headed, you know what you want, you know what you want to accomplish. But when the smallest thing presents itself as a challenge, it almost kind of like stops you. And until you don't realize, let's put it that way, or until you don't accept the fact that there are things that are out of your control, the more of these little challenges you're going to be facing. So instead of fighting the challenges that present themselves this week, why don't you try to see what it is that you're meant to learn from them? Because again, there is this energy of like things wanting to move forward, things wanting to speed up, but it's almost kind of like you're holding it hostage. And you're holding it hostage because of the way that you're thinking, because of the fact that you are focusing on what it is that you're trying to walk away from, or what it is that you don't have at this moment in time. And that is your biggest challenge for this week. And it's about allowing yourself the opportunity again to get more into like a grateful type of energy over the things that you do have at this moment in time, so that you can allow this stagnant energy that you yourself are creating to be removed. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a couple of tarots. The Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Reverse, and the Magician. So again, you're in this space where you feel that it's almost kind of like you feel like the universe is not meeting you halfway, or you feel like there's too many hoops or too many loops or too many things happening. But and it's almost kind of like you want things to change. You want something specific to end, but you hold all the card, but you're not. It's almost kind of like you hold all the cards to, let's put it this way, to win the game, but you are unwilling to put your cards down, or you are unwilling to make the change. And I'm not a card player, so that's why I'm having such a hard time like making an analogy with this. So what is that called though? I don't even know what that's called. It is basically you're being asked to trade something, let's put it that way. You're being asked to to trade your thought patterns when it comes to what it is that you want out of your life, or what it is that you want to end. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a card for love. Let's just see what's in the love energy for Taurus this week. What is in the love energy for Taurus this week? Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So whether you're single or you're in a relationship, be careful with those that you're connecting with romantically. There's somebody here that is trying to pull a fast one on you, to be honest with you. There's someone here that is starting to show their true colors, and just don't say that you haven't been warned. Not everything that shines, no, not, what is it, not everything that glitters is gold, or whatever it is. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for your closing message. What do we have for Taurus? Altar. Number 2, a sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. So it's basically this kind of energy, and this kind of energy that you're reaping what you've sown. And a lot of you don't realize that by, again, where it is that you're focusing your energy is what you're sowing. So it is what you are receiving. So if you want things to change, then change your mind. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. As always, thank you for all the love and support. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.